and welcome to Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise where we stop, listen, and share. Hello, everyone. I am Nate, and it is great to be back here once again for our talk show. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a lot to get into this week. We're feeling a bit festive. We're feeling a bit celebratory this week. I'm just coming off of my birthday. You might still hear it in my voice, a little bit of the celebration still lingering. But I am not here alone. I can't celebrate by myself. So we are joined, of course, by Amer. Amer, how are you?
Yeah, hi Ned, I'm fine, thank you. And
Yes.
happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much, Amer. Good to have you here as always. And of course, we have the man in the mask, the voice of the voiceless. He is behind the curtains making things happen, and he has changed up his wardrobe for the summer. Ladies and gentlemen, JK is here in a stylish new hoodie. JK, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, Nate. Belated birthday wishes once again.
Yes.
So hopefully you are enjoying it like every day as your birthday. And we wish you all well. And also, this is my new avatar. So I thought like you are going to introduce a new man with a new avatar. Maybe I can even change my name like every year. And I thought like you deliberately did that, right? So Nate and Nate. Amar is playing Nate. So you wanted like to pick on Amar first. Hi Amar, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, JK.
I'm just happy Amar did not get fired like I did with my job for the experiment.
Oh, you have to know a lot on the background we are doing, and we wanted to surprise you as well as the Stop Now audience that we launched last Monday from August 15th, a new channel, Experiment Lab, exclusively with me, right? I am taking your host position. You have trained me as a radio broadcaster. If you remember, like I started and hesitated and I told you, I don't know how long I will do this. I lose interest in everything. But then I've been doing it because of you. All the credit goes to you. And I have been fully trained for 2 years. So I thought like, why not do a daily show just like Trevor Noah? I'm not Trevor Noah. Anyway, like I'm just dreaming big. So I just went ahead and Amar was helping me out, and he really doing well, getting you a lot of job offers. So that's one thing like I wanted to share. And maybe I can ask Amar to share that, how he was doing, like what was his experience in the last couple of months, particularly doing both the profiles, his own profile and also yours. Go for it, Amar.
Yeah, thank you, JK. Yeah, I am doing this experiment, more than 6 months with you. I'm in this organization. Yeah, thank you for supporting me. Yes, I think I am doing well nowadays because I already have gotten more than 6, 7 interviews this month. Yeah, and every day we are handling too many emails for myself one and for Nate one also. Yeah, and last month also we did well. We got maybe 4 or 5 interviews, and this month JK and Shiba all has the interviews. I think we will get 2, 3 offers from the interviews. Yeah, that's absolutely we are doing, and in next month I think we also will do better.
It sounds like you are being very busy, Amer. I know you said you got a lot of emails, like you said too many emails
Right.
that you got, but so when you're getting these emails, when you're getting these calls, when you're getting the interview set up from the recruiters, do you notice anything different in the ways that they try to talk to you, or are they all kind of the same, and that they want to get you into these interviews very quickly?
Yeah, actually, when we reply the emails within few minutes, they also phoned us and asking us to provide some information like our details. I mean, location details, our education details, like that. So many they are asking us to provide. Finally, when they are going to submit my profile to their client, that's then they actually ask me to provide my DL copy or visa copy, like that. They always ask us to provide. We already have discussed with about this issue previous talk show with JK. Yeah, it's we are facing all actually the problem. Still, we are facing it.
Nate, just to brief, right? What Amar saying is they haven't changed. They have we have seen it for the last 2 years. They are doing the same thing, and it's an army of network of people attacking. It's like war on America and by the Indians. So particularly the target country is there, and that's one of the fun thing. I thought like we can play this out. Even we started doing that in our experiment lab. Before I share that, I just want you to pick and choose, right? As an host, this was our last year video. Where do we stop, right? Just exactly from 1 year. I thought, oh, I liked her. Like Savita was also your favorite. The way you say your say her name, like she was there like 1 year before, and even Cole was here, right?
Yes.
On that episode. Okay, this was like 1 year before. Let's go with this one. We'll stop from here to the last 12 months. You have to pick and choose which one we want to show some glimpse or play that out. That is one thing I wanted to say. And also the other video that we were playing out in our experiment lab was like, even 7 News Channel Australia, they have done a quite extensive documentary kind of thing, worldwide investigation on busting the scammers, how call centers and these IT setup kind of thing in India is scamming people and stealing money. So this was a very interesting video where they are scamming the scammers by going to India and complaining it and attacking them online by hacking their computer and shutting them down. It's all interesting for everyone to watch. That's one thing for sure. And as I mentioned, we went ahead and we started this channel, Experiment Lab, and it's a daily show in the weekdays between 11 to 11:30. In the last 5 days, we have been live streaming the recruiters fraud and scam with our Experiment Labs profile. So we needed Nate. So Amar is playing Nate. And also I am playing Shiva. So that's one thing. So let me play this one, and because it was exactly 1 year before. So how did this go? I just wanted to see.
Stop now. Social experiment enterprise. Stop, listen, share. One can make a difference. We are on a mission. We should do something greater in their life. Change the future. Be a proud member. Support, volunteer, and donate.
Hello. Welcome to Stop Now. This is JK, your host for this week talk show. Well, I like the intro. Some volunteer kid gave that voiceover, and I don't like my voice. I'm not going to play that. And we are playing the same thing over and over. So yeah, this is exactly what we played some interviews, just like I was giving an interview for you a year ago.
Mhm.
It has never stopped, right? We have been, it's a proof that like we still doing this. So that is one thing I just wanted to show. And also what else like this video has. Oh, this guy like talked forever. Yeah. Yeah. This is where like Cole was
Mhm.
doing the drama and he did not do any interview. So this was a fun one, exactly 1 year ago. Again, as I mentioned, like some people we lose, some we gain.
Mhm.
So that's fine. We can't do anything about it. And this is where like you and me. Hi, Nate. Yes, I am quite excited and thrilled. And I never believed, you know that, like I'm not a believer. It's almost a year. I could not have believed it like when we started. Oh my goodness. Nate.
I love that this is my anniversary shirt.
Yeah, exactly. I was the train looks like the same thing, just with the toys in the background. You have
Yes. I'm traveling through time in the same shirt.
So that's why like I changed my avatar. Like I have a new dress. This was the special episode that we played and we picked some of our favorite. It seems like yes, we did the same thing. I never knew that like after a year we'll be doing the same thing. Exactly, like we just have to keep record of it. Like just on August 21 we did the same thing, and next year hopefully we all will do the same thing.
Yes, I'll be sure to wear my shirt.
All right, now you can choose which one do you want like to choose from.
So it's funny because I'm thinking about the last year, like even going back to August of 21. I think you're right. Like we lost some people, we gained some people. We tried different things. I remember, for a while we were doing the TED circles, which I thought was pretty fun. And we were having good discussions with the TED circles. But it's like through this whole thing, you've been here, I've been here, we had people like Amer and Shiva and Cole and Melissa and Savita and so many others. But I think you already know what my answer is going to be, JK. Like my favorite guests whenever we get to talk to them are Lizeth and Kevin. And every time we get to talk to either one of them, I think it's a good episode.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So
you know what we should do this year? One episode this year, we should get them both on the same show. And that would be the best show ever.
Okay, Lizeth and Kevin. All right. So it all looks like Amar's domination in the last 3 months.
Yes.
So those are the fun thing. Definitely.
The Tour of Pakistan show was great.
Yes. That was there. Like, did we miss anything else? Okay.
We the People Inc. That the episode we did a few weeks ago was good.
Yes, this was the one. We the People. And then the last couple of weeks, like almost a month or two, we had no guest, busy with this experimental lab and on the background.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say like my favorite was this guy, like the doctor was doing the human trafficking investigation for his PhD. That was good. And also, obviously.
Rama, you are saying, right?
I think I wanted her like to come back. One of the time she is an activist, like human rights doctor, and that was a good one. And obviously Harold,
yes, yeah.
partner in crime, he can also. And Carl Berry, like I have lost touch with him.
I'll say we haven't talked to Carl in a while.
Yes, I just wanted to touch base with him. So those are some of our favorite moments. Let's move to a sample of our intro. What do you guys think? Trailer of our coming intro.
So a world premiere.
Should I show it or should I start playing it from the next week, from the anniversary week?
Let's give the people a sneak peek. Let's give them a sneak peek.
Okay, a shorter one, probably.
Ooh.
This has no clue at all. I would understand like what will be, but it's more of I wanted this for the Daily Show, for the investigation piece. That's why the dramatic music in there.
Yes.
Probably we will get something nice once we move on.
And was I'm trying to think this year, was it in the past 12 months where we spoke to our team members that were in India and like about what was going on with the YouTube side of things? Was that this past 12 months, or was that am I blending this year and last year?
Yes, in the past 12 months, like it was like with Partho, I think you
Yes.
got it right. So you got the hint on it, and he was going to join and come back and help us out, because we just have the sponsorship now, like to go full-fledged on marketing and promoting it. So it was, I also think it is within this year. if I'm not
Yes.
wrong. Or maybe, yeah, it was 6 months before. Yes. it was.
Okay. Yeah. So shout out to, Partho and then the rest of the team and everybody that you don't see on the talk shows every week, or, you don't see on the experiment labs every day. Because there's a lot of people behind the scenes and volunteering that help us do the work here at Stop Now.
Yes, Nate, we just had this thing going on. So that is all I had for this week planned out. Unless you have something else to share, like we can talk about that and we can play those videos, include those YouTube shorts kind of thing. So that is becoming more popular among people. And also we are trying to go in that direction, that busting the scammers, scamming the scammers kind of thing with our experimental lab. And that's one thing I wanted to add, and asking people to become a member of our Stop Now and enjoy our shows. It is worthwhile. It's not just like viewing the video and subscribing it or liking it. It's more than that, doing good for, and I know that like it's not for everybody's intention while having entertainment in their life by watching the videos. But this is more than that, like experimenting on social level to bring in change and stop some of the work that is crucial for our civilization to move forward. And
yeah, I think that, there's a lot of good work being done here. And I think a lot of people over the past 2 years have kind of started to be aware of this, and I remember, and I've talked about it before, JK, when I first started here, I was just doing voiceovers, and then we were doing an audio podcast, and then it became a talk show, and then, we were doing the experiments, and then everything just kind of spun out of that. And it's been a fun ride. It's not something that I would have thought of 2 or 3 years ago, because my background is sports, and TV and radio. And so this is not something I would have thought of, but I'm glad I joined the team. I'm glad that, I've got to work with people like you and Amer and Shiva and, Melissa, wherever she is out in Hollywood, and some of the other folks that have been on the team. But this is fun. And yes, I'll be sure to save my green shirt for this time next year, because I feel like we've started a tradition that I didn't know. Like, I think we stumbled on something, JK. Because I got up this morning, I was like, you know what? it's our anniversary. Let me wear something festive. And I probably had the same thought last year, which is why I brought out my green shirt. So I got to pack my green shirt up for another year and bring it back next August.
On that note, right? So we can get you again the branded T-shirt. We just lost track on that, right? So on our merchandise, we are still lagging behind and launching that in a big way and promoting that. So those are the things like that is there in.
And we still have a car to give away, don't we? Or if I am I
What is that? Sorry.
do we still have a car to give away
Yes, yes.
with the Tesla?
Yes, that is also there, right? That is also there, like to auction that and also promote it, like to sell it. And if
Yes.
it doesn't go, like either one of the board member will buy it. Like that's, I was like little bit lazy on that. Like I was saying, okay, fine, too many things. And
why don't you just buy it, JK? I know you got the money.
Yeah, I think Stop Now can buy itself because we have been doing extensive project and Ram, Sundar, others, a large team has joined and doing so many projects and the cash flow is coming in. I'll be honest on that. We can do it. And I was thinking like they offered me like, why don't you quit your job and start doing this full time? So that may also be in the pipeline. So I'm quite excited. That's how like I ended up doing the daily show, and I was trying to contribute 1 or 2 hours every day. But then if I want to retire, I would choose that because I'm getting old. And I think like it's time, like I can focus on something good that I've been doing it. And as a part-time gig for so long. So I have never done this anytime in my life. So the first itself clicked. So maybe I will join the board and I will quit and focus on Stop Now full-time. So we can do all those things like that we are dreaming of. That's also there.
It's exciting, you know. The more that you put in the work and the more that you know the team grows. I think there's just opportunities out there. And again, that's why every week, you know, we on the show, JK, we tell people, you know, the ways that they can, you know, go to the website and connect with us if they have talents or skills that they want to volunteer and be a part of the team. Like we're always looking for people that can, you know, join the team and make Stop Now stronger.
Absolutely. You're right, Nate. So it's like a wormhole and a black hole. I am being sucked into it.
There's no escape.
Yes. And Amar, you have any final thoughts or comments before we wrap this week episode?
Yeah, I have actually my personal question to Nate. That I am doing this experiment more than 6 months, and by this time so many volunteers came and dropped out, but I am still working with you and your organization. Yeah, my question is that as you are a board member, what's your opinion about me? Actually, am I doing well, or do you have any suggestion so that I can do better? So what do you think? Actually,
he wanted to have a feedback and give him some motivation, how he is doing. What is your opinion?
I mean, I think first of all, JK, what we all know is, you know, it's not easy to be Nate. It can be very hard to be Nate and you know, act like Nate would act. But I think you're doing a good job, Amar. And you know, we've had a lot of people go through the experiment, and some people have done it for a good little while. Some people didn't do it for a long time at all, you know, for various reasons. And you know, it takes a lot of dedication to the experiment, and you've shown that over the past 6 months. And so I'm very happy that you're part of the team. And yes, I give you permission to be me anytime on these interviews.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and again, though Amar, Nate was not interacting with you on a daily basis, right? So what his point is, like, staying with us is more important, right? Some of the volunteers, they have their own needs, and they have to fulfill their demands in life. So they just expect something. And obviously we promoted and marketed saying that like you can get paid for volunteering as well. So that's how like they come up like thinking that, okay, it's a easy money, I just can make it on as a side gig. But then this is for people who are passionate, who wanted to do some good, in spite of whether we are getting fundings or we have money or not. It's not, we are not expecting anyone to be full-time and spend a lot of hours, sacrifice their life. It's not an unpaid internship kind of thing. We are supporting people's time, money with the amount of energy they are spending. But the expectations falls behind, and they have other problems in life. So that's how like they drop out. So nothing personal about it, but you have to keep up your good work. And I have been with you for almost this last 6 months, the entire journey, and I saw a quite dramatic change in your attitude and your approach towards and your work style as well. But it's always like we try to get the best out of people, right? So as Nate mentioned, in just like sports, in this game, like, right, it has to be like we cannot be pushed by somebody else. We have to be proactive, and we have to bring that energy and spirit and be more happy and cheerful, because we are dealing with tougher problems, way bigger than us. And I myself, like, not sure, as I said in the beginning, right, I was not completely, it's not about happiness, it's not about anything, but how do I bring myself here and do this cheerfully? Because something that I wanted to passionately address and talk to people, and that's something what I would expect from you as well, because you are made up of in a certain way in your culture, and you are a little bit reserved, and you're not cheerful like Nate. Always smiles. You can see like his body movements, hand movements, all that has to be, you have to get inspired from him. Even I did that, right? Because I was also like that. Like, I was a quiet person. I never talk too much. And even my friends and others who know me, like, they get surprised, like, oh, you talk so much nowadays. Like, what happened? How did this transformation happen? So all I have to say that, like, credit goes to Nate, and I got inspired. So that is what I look forward for from you in the next year. Hopefully we will have this journey, and it's a long journey.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. So we internally did a feedback session. Maybe I will offline ask about myself, like, today.
We got to do your performance review, JK.
Exactly. So I don't think so, because I've already been like promoted, right? I've been offered like a
Yes,
full-time
yes.
gig, so that's not needed. But anyway, like at the end of it, like, I wanted to share this, play this video for a few minutes. It is a quite interesting expose of this investigation piece. With both of your permission, let me play this out.
Yes, sure.
All right.
Inside the phone scammers, the scamming epidemic.
This is the lady whose life he ruined. Tell me how the Commonwealth Bank scam works.
So the initial call will be put.
Well, this is a long video, so I'll stop here. Probably the viewers and audience can look into that. We'll put that link. So what do you think, Nate, on this?
I thought it was really interesting. Like, I feel like there are so many examples that we can talk about, you know, like friends or family members or coworkers that have been affected by scammers in some way, shape, or form. And it used to be, I remember, you know, a few years ago, people thought it was just something, you know, old people got tricked by scammers, old people getting fooled by an email. But as we saw in that piece, like, this is a multi-million-dollar business, and these are sophisticated people who are trying to get to your money. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to go finish watching that. But yes, it's good that people are doing something. And who knows? Maybe that was you. I don't know if that was Jim Browning. Maybe that was JK, because all I saw was a mask and he was helping people. So maybe that was JK over there in Ireland.
Yes, Nate, I wish I one day reached that level. But my point is, like, I am more towards sympathetic on the people who are doing it, right? The people from India, they are targeting that sector, and why these people, if you, as you said, right, we can talk about it in our later episodes once we all watch it fully. And the reason is they are being offered jobs. So these are, that's what, like, these investigation doesn't cover the full story as such. What my understanding is, Microsoft and Apple, Google, all these big companies outsource to smaller vendors. They are also billion-dollar companies like TCS, Infosys, and all that we are exposing right now. We are trying to fill the gap and close the loop. And these companies have been set up offshore, and they sublet, kind of subcontract to smaller companies. And they all have these body shopping companies, IT companies in this, what they are explaining here, right? In the Sector 5, everywhere in the major cities have been developed through this IT infrastructure by setting up these kind of call centers, recruiting industry. And those victims, they know that, like, they are being told to do the scam, and it's a job for them, right? They get offer letter saying that this is your recruiter job, this is your job. You every day call to people, 100 calls a day, and get their details and submit it, and they're fine with it, right? So they are also a victim into this trafficking ring. So who's going to address those things, right? It's simple that, like, I see a kind of discrimination by the Western world, outsourcing all your things to China and then, like, blaming China for the pollution, just like how the United States does it, right? So every other Western countries, Australia, Europe, and they want peoples to be their slaves, and then, like, they preach about it. So that is what is happening here. Like, I see a pathetic situation, right? When the Westerners talk about it, like, I feel like very awful, because it is your laws, your country, which makes these crimes to happen. And it's just like putting the blame on the others and saying, like, oh, the third world country is doing like this. Total nonsense, right? So just look at your backyard, right? What is happening in your own system of law and judicial system, where so much of social injustice is happening. That is why, like, this is happening.
That's something we talked about a few months ago, JK. I think in terms of, like, what the recruiters are doing is not always right, but they're just a piece of the puzzle. And it's a numbers game, like we've said from time to time. And there are these billion-dollar corporations that kind of hide behind the recruiters, because they can have that extra layer of, oh, we didn't have anything to do with that. That's not Microsoft, that's not, that's not Apple. That's not any of these other billion-dollar companies. That's not, Chase Bank. That's those guys over there. And so it becomes kind of like the recruiters are also, they are the victims as well as the perpetrators in this situation.
Exactly, right. So you're right on that. And big corporates, banks, and to point it out, like, you are getting an offer with Bank of America. So that is the next target for us. Both you and Shiva might be colleagues on that, and
to be co-workers.
Co-workers on that. So let's see how this goes. And also I will, again, right? So we cannot take side in spite of the surprise part. What I feel is like, even what we are doing as a exposing the scammer, like it might look like some of them like dropped out saying that, oh, it looks like you are also doing fraud and scam.
Mhm.
Unless we do the fake one, we will not get entry into them, right? It's just like how it is illegal for these scammers, hackers, to get into somebody's computer and shut them down, right? So that is also is happening. So just a quick note on this. I will share these two videos. I'll play this for 5 minutes.
Video. We're going to expose a scammer through his own webcam, fly across the country to confront his accomplice, and then fly to Kashmir, India to confront the scammer himself at his own front door. Did a video on the CBC Marketplace, which included them intervening with.
Well, again, we don't have to go through this fully, and it's a quite interesting expo. And I'm not going to take side on this, right?
Mhm.
So they are desperate to make money. So they see this as an opportunity and they take it, just like every other big businesses are doing it, right? So where do we draw the line and how do we stop this, right? So just like how we started this experiment lab, we are going to expose this, and the last 2 years we have been doing this experiment. But the big companies, like, they don't care because they are covered. They have that legal cover up, and they will dare and challenge us. Do whatever you want, right? Go for it. Make a complaint. Sue us. We'll pay fine and we'll continue to do this in one way or the other. So millions of people who are on this network doing this kind of job, where do they stand? Right? How do they make that decision? Okay, I quit. Right? Not everybody has that luxury to do it, right? Even we are struggling, right? Not able to quit or stop anything from what we are doing in our life and do this, right? So those are the challenges I see, and some interesting things are going to come up. Probably, with that being said, like, I thought, let's end this week episode. And also I just wanted to promote our daily show in the Experiment Lab. Please join us and subscribe to our new channel. You're welcome to join in our Zoom link as well and question us or have fun with the live streamed exposing of the scam. I won't call it a scam. I will say like a crime, because scam looks like a lightened version. It is not, it's okay to do scamming. And that's something I am not okay with. That's all from my side, Nate.
Yeah, I'm excited for everything that's gonna happen this new year that we've entered into here at Stop Now, and the Experiment Lab, the Daily Show, not with Trevor Noah, but with JK, is going to be a part of that. So I'm excited for everything. I'm excited to hear more from Amer as he continues to be Nate and go through the process of the experiment. So it's a lot happening, and we thank everybody for watching this week, and we're going to keep it going here. So we're what, 3 years in, JK?
Yes, we have stepped into the 3rd year. Again, thank you for everyone who supported us, donated to us, including Nate. A special thanks. And we have a special episode for that. We will continue to do that. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
Bye for now.